You keep telling yourself you're unmotivated, that you're stuck, that you just don't feel like it. Let me tell you the truth you've been avoiding. You don't lack motivation. You lack discipline. And that's fixable. Very fixable. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire. And fire is what builds you. Pause. Let that sink in. Because right now, your entire life is controlled by one thing. Your feelings. I don't feel like waking up early. I don't feel like studying. I don't feel like working out. I don't feel like grinding today. And you think that's normal. You think everyone is living by their feelings. But the people who win, the ones you look up to, they don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline, on repetition, on self-control, on showing up even when their body, their mind, their emotions say no. This is why you feel behind. Because you're waiting for the right mood instead of building the right habits. Let me take you into a story. There's a boxer alone in a dark gym. No cameras. No music. No cheering. Just the sound of his fists hitting the bag. Over and over. Repetition. Precision. Discipline. He doesn't look motivated. He doesn't look excited. He looks focused. That's the difference. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you finishing. Especially when nothing feels good and no one is watching. And you? You keep waiting for the perfect moment. You wait until you feel inspired. You wait until life calms down. You wait until stress disappears. You wait until your emotions magically fall into place. But successful people don't wait. They build. Brick by brick. Day by day. Even when it hurts. Especially when it hurts. Because they understand something you need to understand too. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. Let me give you another example. A student once told me, I just can't stay consistent. I always break my streak. I asked him, when do you usually quit? He said, when I feel tired. When I feel stressed. When I feel overwhelmed. That's when I told him, you're losing because you keep trusting your feelings. Your feelings want comfort. Your feelings want ease. Your feelings want pleasure now instead of greatness later. Discipline doesn't care about your feelings. Discipline doesn't wait for motivation. Discipline acts because action is required. That's how you fix your life. You think motivation is the answer. But motivation is emotional. It's inconsistent. It's soft. It's temporary. But discipline? Discipline is cold. Discipline is sharp. Discipline is reliable. Discipline is the weapon that cuts through excuses, laziness, fear, and self-doubt. When you build discipline, you stop negotiating with weakness. You wake up not because you feel like it, but because you said you would. You work not because you feel inspired, but because the work must be done. You train not because you're motivated, but because your future self demands it. That's how champions are made. Think about a lion. It doesn't wake up and ask, do I feel like hunting today? No. It hunts because it must. Because survival depends on action, not emotion. And right now, your dreams depend on action. Your future depends on discipline. Your goals depend on whether you can force yourself to move when your feelings tell you to stop. You are not weak. You are undisciplined. And that is something you can fix with the right mindset. Picture this. Your alarm goes off. You feel tired. Your brain immediately whispers, just sleep longer. This is the critical moment. The battle between the old you and the new you. If you listen to your feelings, you lose. If you move anyway, you win. Every victory builds your identity. Every decision shapes your future. Every time you act despite emotion, you strengthen the warrior inside you. This is how discipline is built. one hard choice at a time. Let's talk about the psychology behind it. Motivation lives in the moment. Discipline lives in the habit. Motivation depends on emotion. Discipline depends on identity. Motivation says, I want to succeed. Discipline says, I refuse to fail. Motivation asks, do I feel like it? Discipline commands, do it anyway. Motivation fades. Discipline multiplies. Stop chasing motivation. Build the system. Build the routine. Build the mindset. Build the identity of someone who does the work regardless of how they feel. That version of you is unstoppable. Let me tell you the real reason you feel unmotivated. You have too much comfort and not enough accountability. Your brain is addicted to ease. Your environment is built for distraction. Your habits reward weakness. Your mind is never challenged. Of course you don't feel motivated. You're not supposed to. Motivation was never meant to carry you. Only discipline can. So here's the truth. If you want a better life, you need to stop asking yourself how you feel and start asking yourself what needs to be done. That's how you build power, self-respect, mental toughness, unshakable confidence, a new identity. Imagine a man running in the rain. Everyone else is inside, warm, comfortable, scrolling on their phones. But he's out there, soaked, exhausted, gasping for breath. Why? Because he understands the rule. When you train in conditions others avoid, you rise above who they are. Discipline is forged in discomfort. Discipline is born when no one else shows up. Discipline is built in lonely mornings and late nights. Discipline is shaped by doing the things everyone avoids. That's how you separate yourself from the average. That's how you move from ordinary to exceptional. That's how you build a life worth living. Stop waiting for motivation. Start practicing discipline. Start waking up earlier. Start training even when you're tired. Start working even when it's boring. Start grinding even when you don't want to. Start doing the things you know you must do. Slowly, your brain will rewire. Your habits will transform. Your energy will rise. Your self-belief will explode. Your life will change. You don't need motivation. You need a standard. Because one day, you'll look back and realize it wasn't the days when you felt motivated that changed you. It was the days when you didn't feel like it. The days when you pushed through anyway. The days when you fought your weakness. The days when discipline carried you farther than emotion ever could. Those are the days that build you. And when you realize this, you unlock a new truth. The version of you who shows up without motivation. That is the real you. That is the powerful you. That is the disciplined you. And discipline beats motivation every time. Now listen. The world won't hand you success. Your dreams won't magically appear. Your goals won't build themselves. Your future won't rise on its own. It's on you. Your habits. Your discipline. Your decisions. Your actions. Stop blaming motivation for your lack of progress. Start taking responsibility. Start building consistency. Start honoring your word. Start creating the life you want. Discipline is the key. Discipline is the path. Discipline is the difference between wanting and having. And it's time to choose it. If this message lit a fire in you, then it's time to act. Drop this in the comments right now. Discipline builds my destiny. So that I know you stayed all the way till the end. And you will rise above your feelings and live by the standard that creates greatness.